Well, hey there. Good morning. What's crack-a-lackin', fellas? Hopefully this Tuesday morning's off to a good start for you. Do appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on Winning Bets, talking our sports and talking our sports betting as well. Should be a nice day today. We get treated to some afternoon Champions League action, semifinals of that competition resumes, and then, of course, a full MLB slate and the nightcap to go ahead and enjoy as well. We're going to go ahead and be joined by Matt after the daily recap, because we want to talk about those two Champions League games. There's also a Premier League game on Thursday. We'll get his thoughts on, and I'll give you my thoughts on Chelsea taking on Tottenham. And then why not also do Roma taking on Leverkusen also in Thursday in the Europa League. So I think 4 matches in total we'll go ahead and talk about on today's show. All right, let's go ahead and start with that recap and see what happened on yesterday. We went 4-2 plus 2.13 units. Love to see that right there. Hit that like button if you were a part of yesterday's cashes. If you tailed any of those bets, hit that like button and let me know. Let's walk our way through those Nationals on the F5 money line. Yeah, baby. Come through nice and easy. They do what they do. They take care of the left-hander there in Trevor Rogers, and their right-hander is able to silence the Marlins bats and give us a very easy F5 money line cash at a good plus 120. We did lose that Padres F5 money line, and I'll say it for the last time. My apologies on that one. As I said in the tweet and as I said on yesterday's video, I handicapped the Red starter as if he was a right-hander, yet Lodolo was a left-hander, and it was an awful play. So yeah, I just apologize on that one, and hopefully that's the only time I make that mistake so far this season. Yankees on the money line. We went ahead and lost that play as the Yankees got tripped up. A little bit of a tough beat. I wouldn't call it a bad beat by any stretch, but a tough beat because the Yankees out-hit the Orioles, so it did show that they had the better offense. Their bullpen matched everything that the Orioles bullpen did. The Orioles just scored on a leadoff home run, and then they scored in the 8th inning due to an error. So pitching-wise was really an even matchup. It's just the hitting. We couldn't quite get the timely hit. And unfortunately, Orioles hit the long ball in the leadoff spot. So tough loss right there. Yankees on the money line. Dodgers and Diamondbacks F5 over 5.5 runs at a good plus money cash. Dodgers do it all on their own as they get 6 runs, but the Diamondbacks did chip in with 4 runs in their own right. Full game overhit as well that we talked about. Just 2 teams that destroy left-handed pitching. That was such an easy bet, and we were rewarded with the good cash. Twins on the F5 team total. 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Hits that part of the leg. And Griffin Canning was not the winning pitcher. Angels pick up the win, but Griffin Canning did not get the win in that ball game. So that gave us a good parlay. And then Griffin Canning under 5.5 Ks. It doesn't get any easier than that. We are on a 6-0 run of fading the opposing starting pitcher to the Philadelphia Phillies. A 6-0 run. If you've been part of that amazing stretch, hit that like button and let me know. Will we be fading Tyler Anderson today against the Phillies? You got to find out a little bit later on the payoff pitch. But with that being said, now we talked about soccer, 2 Champions League matchups, a Premier League matchup, and a Europa League matchup I'm interested in talking with Matt about. And we've got Matt hanging out with us bright and early this morning. What's going on with you there, Matt?
Yeah, yesterday I had some nice cashes. I tailed the under on the pitching guy.
Nice. That's just been a great stretch.
I watched the entirety of Yankees. I took the Yankees. They should have won that game, I think. You were right. Like, timely hitting just didn't get there. Like, Soto almost hits a home run, but it goes off that wall, and like it's just a double, and then they have second and third with 1 out, and they can't. Then Judge strikes out, and then Stanton, what a loser on the base path.
Awful.
Like
he's the worst player by far.
Oh my God! Like, he gets thrown out at second, on a hit, and then he had like a dribbler that I think that 90% of the league would have made it to first and beat it out, and he's just god awful, like slow.
Yeah, he sucks.
What else did I have?
That Yankees one hurts too, because we got plus 122 when it closed at around even money. So just tough one, just a tough loss. That's all it is. Tough one.
Here's the one that I had. So yeah, I had a couple nice wins with you. Okay, the one where you have the pitcher not to win with the team total parlay. DraftKings only lets me get it's like I'm limited on something like that. Like, I get $15 down. They allow me on that type of play. So do I need to? Is the only other place that allows that like Caesars?
Fanatics.
The no win thing. Fanatics does it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think Fanatics
Okay.
and DraftKings are the
Because
only
that
ones that do F5 team totals um, that I'm aware of.
and combining, they allow you to combine it with a pitcher not to win.
Mm-hmm.
Fanatics does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll need to look there then because yeah, I was pissed off about that one. Just like it's like, oh yeah, here you go, $12.40.
Yeah,
Sick,
welcome to the world of
DraftKings.
being limited, man. DraftKings. Do they have will they let you? Let's say if you bet Dodgers money line and then you decided, man, I want some more money. Do they let you make the same wager twice? Because I can't make the same wager twice. Kind of annoying.
Um, Depending on what type of wager it is. If it's like a straight wager, like I think that I probably can, but like something that has like that type of player prop combo with some like these markets that aren't, as easily attacked except for sharps like Jason, like you know what I mean? Like that that's like seriously though.
Baseball is my
So,
jam. Baseball is my jam.
I know I'm loving it. So yeah, let's talk Champions League.
Yeah, let's do four matches. Let's do the two in Champions League, Thursday Premier League, and then I'm interested in just Roma, Leverkusen, and Europa League as well. So let's kick it off. Obviously today, big matchup here in Germany. Bayern Munich taking on Real Madrid. I tell you, Matt, I've done a lot of research on this one, looked up a lot of predictors. People are even saying this one's going to end in a draw, or they are tipping Real Madrid to just come out of this one. And I'm just really looking at Real Madrid's quality. Yeah, Bayern usually turns up in the Champions League as well. But really look at what Real Madrid did over the weekend. Rested everybody, right? La Liga's sewn up. They've got that title. There's no Copa del Rey left anymore. So look at that roster on Saturday. Told you how much they're really preparing already for Bayern in this matchup. I do like, Real Madrid's experience. I think there's a slight managerial edge to Ancelotti over Thomas Tuchel. I like Real Madrid, and I do like goals. You can get the both teams to score in over 2.5. At least yesterday it was about minus 115, minus 120. But I think Real Madrid's going to come out of this one at least with a point. I don't see them getting beat here at home or on the road here in Munich. What do you think, Matt?
Very tough because I think, like you kind of mentioned, I've looked around, it seems like a lot of people, are gravitating towards Real Madrid for sure. And it's hard to disagree with that. They're unbeaten in 20 of their last 22 Champions League matches. I mean, they make it to the final four semis like it's their day job, and it is. And, they're unbeaten in their last 10 Champions League matches. Unbeaten. But then you look at the line movement in this one. Line movement is a little bit odd if you've been looking. I mean, like yesterday, I don't think that Real Madrid were in the price range that they are now, basically. Like I think that Real Madrid yesterday, do you remember? I think they were in like the plus 180s, plus 190s. Like now it's gotten all the way to like 225,
Yep.
I think. And that's very interesting to me, just in general. Kind of surprising. Like we know that Bayern are starting to come into form for sure. They've won four straight. They're playing better ball right now at the right time. It's a
It's a
very
tough one.
tough match. So you know what I did in this match? I haven't taken a side yet. I want to see some lineups, see what's kind of going on with that. But I mean, I agree with your double chance Real Madrid and over 1.5 goals. I do definitely agree with that kind of look. I wonder, is that a better price now probably than today than what it was yesterday? A
Yeah,
little
most
bit.
definitely. I looked it up about 2 hours ago. It said even money on FanDuel.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with it. All the trends lean to that. I think that the team selections will lean to that. I think that there are goals in this game. I think that you have to side with Real Madrid. It is a tough place to go play. God, it was amazing. These two teams haven't faced off in about 5 years, 5, 6 years, those were some epic matches. So I pointed to Thomas Tuchel. Here's what I took. I took some Thomas Tuchel. If you hear in the press conference talking about Serge Gnabry is going, he says I've got a feeling that Serge Gnabry is going to score a goal.
Right. He got
And
asked
I thought
three
that
times in
was
that
odd.
press conference. He got asked 3 times.
I thought that was odd, and so I looked around, did some price shopping. I've got Serge Gnabry to have a shot on target at minus 125 at DraftKings.
Oh, love that.
I also, when you think about it, Jason, then you look towards City were able to get at Real Madrid pretty good and pin them. So were RB Leipzig. Okay. Like Real Madrid are going to get pinned here a little bit. Like Bayern are going to have some chances. I think that one of those chances falls to Serge Gnabry. Shot on target for
Like
me,
that.
minus 125. I think that's a bet today.
Wow, that's a really good one. Yeah, he was has 3 times, and he was like, I don't know, I'm just feeling it, lumping a lot of pressure on Gnabry, but I like it right there. Did you also hear at Ancelotti's press conference? They tried to ask him a question in German, and he was like, "Nah, I forgot all that shit." And I'm telling you, the way he was treated at Bayern after winning the Bundesliga and then being shipped out like in like September, or October the following year, he don't like that club. He don't like that club.
Yeah.
So give me some Ancelotti. Give me some Real Madrid here. But I agree with you a little bit. That in that second leg was, remember how Real Madrid played in that second leg up against City. But I sat here and said Leipzig was better than Real Madrid over the course of 2 legs, and I thought they were better individually in each leg as well. So I definitely agree with that analysis. Bayern's getting chances in this game. Minus 125 for Gnabry. I like it.
Yeah, I think just shot on target because like basically the one thing that you get is you get the nice comments from the manager, aka he's likely to start. He's likely to play 70, 75 minutes. Like he's probably their best. Can we look at some? Like I think that Coman isn't Coman out like
Let's see.
or like something's wrong with maybe a couple. So
Coleman's
I'm
out.
thinking that he's out, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Coleman's out. Yeah. So like, you look at that for example, and you see that kind of okay, good. I'm gonna get 75 minutes probably worth of this bet.
Yeah.
Maybe even the full 90. I could get the full 90. So if they get the full 90, I expect them to have a shot on target.
Let's just get some goals, right? You got a front line of Kane, Musiala, Sane, Gnabry. We know what Real Madrid's got with Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Bellingham. Let's get some goddamn goals. Firecrackers in the quarterfinals. Let's carry that over now into this leg here in the semifinal.
Yeah.
Let's move it over to tomorrow's matchup. Dortmund take it on PSG, which these two teams hooked up in the group stage. These two teams cashed under 2.5 in both legs in the group stage. I was all over damn near every match in this group stage. I was on the under 2.5, and I was treated to plus money cashes left and right. I'm going right back to that well. Under 2.5 is plus 160. And then I thought there were a lot of goals in that quarterfinal. Like, let me get a little protection on the 2-1, finish that could very well possibly happen. So I went for the under 3 push, but still get it at plus money. It's not at plus money today. It's about minus 105 right now over on Bet Rivers. But yesterday when I tweeted it, plus 108. I like the plus money and I like the push to get a little safe 2-1 game, but I really like the under here. Expect this to play out like it did in the group stage, and I think this is a nice under 2.5 at plus 160 here.
Yeah, looks like I ended up, I got a good price yesterday. I'm in on the same type of angle. I've got under 3.25, and I got a good price at it. I got minus 119 for under 3.25. Same book I'm looking at right now. That's minus 131. You look at DraftKings, that's minus 135. So if you like the over here, for example, if you like something against what Jason and I like, you would want to wait all the way until kickoff, I think, and then you would maybe be able to extract the most value on an over. I think that a lot of people are seeing what we're kind of seeing in terms of Dortmund. What is Dortmund's MO to get to the final? It's to lock up and play defense. If they get in a sharp shootout with PSG, they're cooked. So they are looking. Dortmund won an unders game here, in my opinion, and so we'll see here. They want to keep it tight, no counters, no space for Mbappe. You would almost rather, if you're Dortmund here, like you want to give PSG possession in these 2 legs. If you have too much possession in Dortmund, you are going eventually to get caught by Dembele and Mbappe. So you want to give possession, I think, to PSG and play. You want to play your game on the counterattack. So, I see unders. I like under 3.25, and I think it's still good right now. Maybe at minus 130. I think that it's going to close tomorrow at like minus 140 on an under 3.25. So,
Yeah, the under is coming down. So it was plus 160 yesterday. Now it's down to plus 145. So people do seem to be grabbing, on that under. At least looks like, and rightfully so for things that you said and I said. All right, So when firecrackers today, and one nice boring game tomorrow. Okay, I'm here for it. Let's go ahead and move our attention now to Thursday's action. Two games I'm interested in: Chelsea and Tottenham. I messaged you this one yesterday. Over 3.5 is minus 132. Both teams to score and over 2.5 is minus 210. Like, I agree. Both teams scored over 2.5 should happen. Cole Palmer's obviously back in this squad. I'm not paying that. And given those prices, like, I would take a stab at an under in a soccer game, right? You're giving me under 3.5 at plus money when we know soccer is, we guys just know how the chances kind of, get missed. Now, I'm not going to bet it because I do agree this game has goals and it likely has both teams to score. I like Chelsea to get the win here. Tottenham not inspiring me much, and I like Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So give me Chelsea money line. I would bet the over, but there's a lot of good value on that under that I think a stab can be taken at. It ain't gonna make the card by any stretch because I do think there's goals, but obviously not paying anywhere near minus 210 either.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's gonna make the card for me. I mean, it's just it's a very tough match. Like, I just haven't really been interested in some of these Chelsea matches, really, and some of the Tottenham ones too. I mean, just these are two teams that I don't have like the best of reads on right now. And I think that we've been doing a really good job in the Prem of locking in the reads that we like. We've been on fire really these last two or three shows, I would say. Just sticking with what we know and laying off the games that we're not 100% sure on, and I'm not 100% sure on this game really. This is you just don't know what kind of Chelsea's going to turn up. You don't know what kind of Tottenham's going to. Like right now, if you made me take this, I would bet Tottenham plus a quarter because I think that I can't trust Chelsea for the life of me.
It's hard.
No
hard.
Enzo.
It's hard.
I would take the roadside and trust in them. They've got a goal or two in them, and I would think that the plus a quarter would be safe. Then I think that they would avoid defeat. Tottenham have more to play for than Chelsea.
Yeah.
They're still pushing. So I would lean Spurs there plus a quarter, but this game probably won't take a dime from me.
Yep, I agree. Priced out of that one. What about Roma and Leverkusen? That's the last game I'm interested in talking about. Roma and Leverkusen in the Europa League. Obviously, Leverkusen just continues bagging late goals to prevent their first loss on the season. This is a spot where I think Roma can get a result. Something tells me under in this matchup, though. I think an under in this matchup is gonna hit here between Roma and Leverkusen. I don't know. What do you think? Obviously, Europa League has tripped me up in the past for sure. Europa League has not been my strongest. No Lukaku. He's out with a muscle injury. No Lukaku. Even more, just kind of like the under here. Really like the under.
Yeah, I'm pulling up some of the stuff. So, I mean, I think it's hard not to like. This is a tough away match for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about it too, like what was the? Hold on, I'm just trying to. What did Leipzig do against West Ham?
Leverkusen won, I think 2-0 at home, and they went 1-1 in London.
1-1.
It was 1-1. Late goal, very late goal.
Yeah, they're very much the kings of the late minute goal right now. They're kings of just not getting beat right now. They just don't get beat. So, I think that you could get a little. You could go kind of with why not go draw no bet minus 195 and find another piece with it. Another parlay. I mean, what about that? Like, what about that and just a flat over 2.5 in Chelsea Tottenham?
Flat over 2.5. I think I saw it's minus 350 for the over 2.5 in Tottenham Chelsea.
I mean, you're getting that though. Then you're getting that right around. That's going to be plus 100.
Oh, you mean that's the par? You mean your Thursday parlay? Leverkusen drawing the bet. I mean, the only problem with that is when there's a draw, your payout on that over is like nothing at minus 350. Like
it's true, but
nothing.
I can't. Basically, what I'm saying is like I'm pro Leverkusen because this team just defies all the logic, all of the odds. Like there's probably value here on Roma, but I can't get past this Leverkusen. You know what I mean? They just keep doing it. So for me, it's probably not going to take Probably won't take a dime from me, honestly, but I do think that the draw no bet, they're undefeated all year, and you can give me draw no bet under 2-1. I mean that's or under -200, you should say, and then you find a piece to utilize it with. I mean that's not the worst call. So something along those lines. Find another good piece that you like and use Leverkusen with it, basically.
It does look like the
Um,
under is getting a little bit more of the juice. Over is at even money. The under here is at about -125, -130. So yeah, kind of do like the under.
like you could utilize Aston Villa, Europa Conference League. They're minus 230 to beat Olympiacos at home.
Should happen.
That's a good bet. I think Leverkusen draw no bet and Aston Villa to win at home, which Aston Villa we know have been very much good. They weren't great to us last week. I had them minus a quarter, lost a half unit basically on that. They blew that 2-0 win
Yeah,
against Chelsea, which really sucked. But
that hurt.
uh, that one hurt. But I trust them enough to be able to go back to them here. I don't think Olympiacos travel fairly well. Olympiacos are a team that you want to back at home. You want to fade them on the road. Aston Villa -1 kind of looks good against Olympiacos, I have to say.
If you were interested in cooking up a parlay, Leverkusen double chance, Villa double chance, over 2.5 Chelsea Tottenham, -118 on DraftKings. Not price shopping. Not bad. Could be a Thursday parlay for me.
You said Villa double chance?
Leverkusen double chance, Villa double chance, and the over 2.5, and Spurs Chelsea.
Yeah.
And if
I
DraftKings
think,
has that -118, you're probably looking at -110 on Bet Rivers, somewhere around there for them.
yeah. I like Aston Villa -1 flat against Olympiacos.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you there. Guys, don't forget last quarterfinals, leg one, I went 3-1. I laid off on leg two, but leg one I was hot going 3-1. So make sure you lock in these two bets here. Matt, you're on the under 3.25 in Dortmund PSG, and as of right now, you're waiting for lineups for Real Madrid versus Bayern. So make sure you give Matt a follow on Twitter. He'll let you know how he's going to bet today's game. Cracker of a game, hopefully. All right, Matt. Thanks for jumping on here, man. We'll see you. What's that? Thursday for the Prem? Thursday.
I think Thursday should work.
Okay. Your audio was, or your video was stuttering. I was like, is he agreeing to
Yeah.
come in Thursday or what's he doing to me? All right, man. Go
Yeah.
enjoy your day.
You're
We'll
good.
be chatting it up, man.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Good luck with the baseball today.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
All right, boys. Let's do that baseball. Let's get after it. Yo, what's going on, boys? Let's get on in here to the payoff pitch where we break down every MLB game every single day. Hitting props, pitching props, nerfy of the day. What's your favorite long shot of the day? How about the best bet of the day? I need to know what it is. I've got you covered here on the payoff pitch. Let's go right through the innings there on your left-hand side. First inning, call it quick hits. I'd like to give you my opening thoughts on today's slate. Opening thoughts. Coming off a good day yesterday, right? 4-2, plus 2.13 units. The board didn't speak to me today. Like, I sit in this chair sometime, and it's like, hell yeah, like, I'm going to be a 10 bet day on today's card. It didn't speak to me, or am I gun shy? Normally, you're not gun shy coming off a good day, right? You're like, 1-2 units. I'll just fire out some more shit. Did the board? Am I being right with the gut on avoiding, or am I being gun shy? I guess we'll find out as we work our way through the menus. Let's hit around the bases, take a couple games, and break these suckers on down. Pirates and Athletics. I'm going to do the Pirates F5 money line at -117. Going to just target one offense really good and one offense really bad. Pirates are the good offense. They're facing a left-hander and Alex Wood. They're a top 5 offense versus left-handers. Hitting .290, slugging .484, OPS of .807, weighted runs created of 123, and a decent K percentage at 22.7. I said you one of those teams is struggling. That's the Athletics, only hitting .203. Slugging 364, 669 OPS, weighted runs created basically at league average at 99. That's a bottom 10 offense. And then you add in a very high K percentage at 31.2%. You should see the Pirates have much more success on offense, and they've got the better starter pitcher. Mitch Keller's on the mound up against Alex Wood. Alex Wood had a good start last outing. That was against the Yankees that couldn't hit left-handers. That was about as predictable as they can get. He should struggle and go back to some of his earlier season struggles where his ERA got to be, over 6 and over 7 at one point. It's now just under 7. Well, it's a Pirates team that really smokes left-handers. I'm really looking for Mitch Keller to have the dominance over Alex Wood. So give me the better starter. Go ahead and give me the better offense as well. And if you also like Mitch Keller over 6.5 Ks, I like that one as well because the Athletics shouldn't be chasing him early with the weak batting average at around the Mendoza line at 203. So striking out 31.2%. Yeah, Mitch Keller is a good play, but I'm going to stick to the Pirates F5 money line at minus 117. Second game here and around the bases is going to do Rockies and Marlins. I have in my notes over 7.5. The live line is now over 8, so people agree with me that this one's going to go over. I think people are seeing average offenses because that's what both offenses are, respectively, versus right-handers with the starters. They're both literally like league average. What people are seeing that likes the over is the starters. ERA 5.6 and 7.2. Whips of 1.7 and 1.74. Opponents batting average of 324 and 317. So you can see, and you can go through the back of the card and say, well, who have they played? They've gone enough where it's been enough of a variety that it's been a mix of good and bad. Everybody's hitting these two starting pitchers, and then the run should continue when the bullpens get after it, as they rank 30th and 26th in opponents' batting average, 23rd and 24th in WHIP, and ERA 19th and 24. So just bad pitching with average hitting. Too low of a total for me at 7.5. Again, I know the number's now at 8. I've bet 7.5. You can get a push at 8 if the game falls on 8. So I think you can definitely do over 8. I think it's about minus 105. Let's actually, we can see if that's a real thing or not. It's minus 108, and I'm not price shopping. So, in worst case, you get a push and I get a cash. But Rockies, Marlins, over 7.5. I like it. You could, if you're trying to predict a winner, I would probably take a stab at that Rockies, plus 120. The offense is slim better. Again, both of these are league average, but it is a tick better. The bullpen-wise, both of them generally suck, like I said. So no real advantage there, but I would just go for the plus money at that point, but not really getting many advantages. Just, it's even across the board, I would call it. So give me the Rockies there at plus 120, but I like the over 7.5 is the best bet in that game. Third inning, call it shut up and pitch. Give you guys some pitching props. Jose Barrios under 5.5 Ks over on FanDuel. Other books have 4.5 at plus money. He only got one strikeout versus the Royals 5 days ago. Probably going to be a little bit more successful in that, but still going to have a big jump to be more successful against an opponent just saw 5 days ago, especially when the Royals only strike out 13.5%. So this doesn't make the card because the Royals don't hit enough. I don't think that there's an opportunity to chase Barrios early. He could go probably 6 strong. Is he going to get one strikeout per inning? Not the way the Royals are avoiding the strikeout at 13.5%. So I like Barrios under 5.5. Another one, don't forget, I gave you 3 because I gave you Mitch Keller over. Hunter Brown under 4.5 Ks. Going up against the Guardians, 18.5 strikeout percentage of them. They're the same reason that the Royals, Barrios didn't make the card. They just don't quite hit good enough as well. And I'm worried that Brown, even though he's been destroyed, this dude's almost got an ERA around 10. Maybe he goes 5 innings. So just didn't want to mess around with that. Guardians don't hit the ball well enough, but a great strikeout percentage to keep Hunter Brown under 4.5 K. So Barrios and Brown under and Mitch Keller over. Fourth inning, there's 15 games. Which one is the best dog today? I had in my notes Red Sox, and then we hung out on Twitter Live about an hour ago. We were previewing the slate, and I was like, well, shit, I kind of like the Rays. Shit, I kind of like the Guardians. I'm going to stick to what's in my notes, the Red Sox. But I do like the Guardians. I think the Guardians at a nice plus 145 money line price is a good one right there. Red Sox have good bullpen advantages, taking on the Giants, and we can, what the hell, let's rifle off these numbers. Here we go. 2.5 ERA up against 4.6. A 3.6 FIP up against 4.8. a 1.02 whip up against 1.3, and opponent's batting average of 2.02 or .202 up against .244. And then they also are doing a better job keeping the ball in the ballpark. Home runs per 9, .84 up against 1.45. So you can see not only do you get better in numbers, but you get some pretty big gaps in terms of the bullpen as well. So I really like that. 2 right-handers on the mound today in the Boston Red Sox are going to grade out better offensively. They hit 298 as opposed to the Giants 265. They slug better at 476 up against 449. Their weighted runs created is 131 up against 114 of the Giants. So I'm getting the better offense. I'm getting the better bullpen. Starter, you're going up against Logan Webb, which is scary. You're getting him on his weaker splits, which is when he's away from San Francisco, so you have that in your favor. And Cooper Criswell, not a lot of tape on him. Maybe he can have success. I like Red Sox. I like the hitting advantages. I like the bullpen advantages. I'll take Red Sox today as a dog of the day at plus 114. Again, if you were on Twitter Live, after really digging into the numbers a little bit deeper on Twitter, I do like the Guardians. I think they're a good one. Rays as well. But to be honest, they, in a tight 1-0 game, kind of went through some bullpen arms yesterday, but they still had the hitting advantages, actually really massive hitting advantages. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And then they get the bullpen advantages in spades as well. So I do like the Rays as a good dog as well. 5th inning, keep swinging. Who's participating in FanDuel Dinger Tuesday? I got you covered. There are a couple batters that I think can really come through and get you guys some home runs. First, let's talk about this Pirates, and I just wanted to expand a little bit more on why I like the Pirates F5 money line. You've got Brian Reynolds, Michael Taylor, and Connor Joe all hit 444 or better up against today's starter and Alex Wood, and they all have 15 at-bats or more. So nice sample size. They're all destroying Alex Wood. Of those 3, I like Connor Joe more because he's never struck out against Alex Wood as well. So of those 3, I would really focus on maybe Connor Joe, but I mean, they've all really hit Alex Wood really hard. Jose Altuve, he's 11 for 32 up against Carlos Carrasco. Love that he's only got 2 strikeouts and 32 plate appearances up against Carrasco, so give me a Jose Altuve. And for Dinger Tuesday, how about Aaron Judge? He's got 4 career hits off Dean Kremer in 10 at-bats. 3 of those 4 have gone for the home run. And Bryce Harper, he's seen Tyler Anderson 10 times. He's got 6 hits. How about 3 doubles and 3 home runs off Tyler Anderson? Lefty on lefty matchup. I was surprised when I saw those numbers, but Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge should be treating you good, I think, on Dinger Tuesday. 6th inning, it's a steal. Nerfy of the day. Nerfy of the day hit yesterday? No, it did not. Rays and Brewers. Brewers hitting 149 versus left-handers. 149. That's so ugly. Rays aren't, they're better. Of course they're better. Not much better. Everybody's better than 149. They hit 233. These teams are nerfing 70 and 64% of the time. Peralta, 7 Ks and 5 starts. He has given up 1 home run, but his whip is 1.0. So like that, he's generally just doing 1 hit or 1 walk in that first inning. Alexander, he's playing. I'm really just playing the Brewers' struggles. He's given up some runs in the first inning, to be fair. But when the team is hitting 149, I think he can have the upper leg in this matchup. So I think Rays, Brewers. It was minus 130 during the handicap, and let's get a little live line. It's minus 140, so people are agreeing and people are taking that. Hard to ignore that the Brewers just cannot hit left-handers at 149. So that'll be the nerf of the day between the Rays and the Brewers. Best bet, yesterday's best bet cash. It was in that Diamondbacks Dodgers game. We did the F5 over 5.5 at plus money. Going right back to it today. Dodgers F5 money line minus 103. I'm not going to regurgitate any of the numbers for the Dodgers versus left-handers because we talked about that yesterday, and they're seeing another left-hander in Jordan Montgomery. Certainly a better left-hander, though, with all due respect to Tommy Henry. Jordan Montgomery is certainly better than him, so I don't think the Dodgers are going to get 6 runs like they got yesterday through the first 5 innings, but I think they'll get more than the league's worst offense versus right-handers. How about the worst batting average at 175? How about the worst slugging at 263? How about the worst OPS at 521? How about the worst weighted runs created at 51? And how about the 9th worst K percentage at 26.1? So maybe we're not as successful as yesterday going up against Jordan Montgomery. We've got a new pitcher here for the Dodgers, and going up with just a struggling Diamondbacks team versus right-handers. You all know that. I just gave you the refresher numbers, but we know these are real numbers. The Diamondbacks have been terrible all season versus right-handers. Why did we back that game yesterday? They faced a left-hander. They crushed left-handers. They got 4 runs in their own right through that first 5 innings. Which, by the way, were you watching that game? Who's the Diamondbacks manager that I need to send a gift basket to? Because they pulled Tommy Henry, and that dumbass manager tried out a left-hander from that bullpen. I was like, what? I'm watching the game. It was like, shit. Tommy Henry's out of this game. Missed a good left-handed, kind of advantage we played. And then whoever the hell they brought in was another left-hander. I got a good chuckle out of that. And no surprise, they put up a 4 spot in the 5th inning. That manager... It really cost that team yesterday. So, yeah. Dodgers F5 money line -103. It's going to be your best bet. Let's go 2-0 this week on best bets. 8th inning, call it double play. Let's give you a parlay. I like the Padres F5 money line. I like the Padres full game money line. I like the Dodgers F5 money line. And I like the Dodgers full game money line. Plus 218 on that parlay. Carve it up however the hell you want. But I like the Padres and I like the... Dodgers. Why do I like the Padres? Taking on the Reds, facing a right-handed pitcher. My apologies to you yesterday, but we know the Reds struggle versus right-handers. They got it done yesterday against, Matt Waldron. Now they're going to face Yu Darvish, a significantly better pitcher. Coming off the DL, but it was a neck injury, so, nothing arm, shoulder, oblique related, nothing like that. So I not really much of a concern, but we know how bad the Reds are offensively. We talked about that yesterday, but the Padres are really good. 282, 419 slugging, 762 OPS, 121 weighted runs created, and they don't strike out at 20.4%. So I'm getting the offensive advantages that we talked about yesterday when we thought that there was a right-hander on the mound. Again, I messed up. Everybody knows that. Give me the Padres, though. They should have the success that we thought they should have yesterday, facing a right-hander and Nick Martinez. So, and his little double. Have you ever seen Nick Martinez? He's got this weird low delivery where he taps his foot on the mound. He was once a Padre. They're going to know that shit. It doesn't really matter. They crush it. Phillies didn't seem to be bothered by it. But it is something where, maybe your first time looking at Nick Martinez, it'll trip you up. But not this team. The hell, they were even had him on their team. So no worries there. 9th inning, call it the closer. Let's talk every single game from a money line, run line, over-under perspective. I've got 3 bets so far on today's card. I've got Padres F5 money line, Dodgers F5 money line, Pirates F5 money line. All 3 of those bets have the option to push, as those are two-way lines. But with the advantages we got, I don't expect any pushing going on. I expect check, check, check. Let's break them on down, boys. Every single game. Well, except for Cardinals-Tigers because it's a doubleheader and I didn't handicap that. Yankees and Orioles with an over-under of 9, -122 for the Yankees. Orioles coming to this game plus 102. I tried to bet this one, guys, straight up. You've got this Orioles team that we know they really crush left-handers, hitting 299, OPS of 907. They got the number 1 weighted runs created at 164. 530. They're destroy left-handed pitching. It's just they make you go to over 5.5 runs in the first 5 if you want a piece of that, because you want to avoid the Yankees bullpen in this matchup. Meanwhile, the Yankees are pretty good versus right-handers, right? We liked them yesterday up against Grayson Rodriguez. Dean Kremer. Actually, I thought Grayson Rodriguez was better, and then we looked into the numbers, and actually Dean Kremer is doing a little bit better than Grayson Rodriguez. So if they struggled to get the timely hits and put together enough consecutive hits to, score runs yesterday, kind of like the Orioles today, plus 102, but I would just do the first 5 because a Yankees bullpen is significantly better than an Orioles bullpen. Orioles obviously used that good arms yesterday trying to get the close, so I'll take Orioles through the F5. I'll take the full game over 9, though, for rapid fire. See if the Yankees can't wake up today. Give me an over 9. Rockies and Marlins, we talked that game. Royals and Blue Jays, it's a repeat everything from 5 days ago. I would like the over 8. I'm pretty sure the over hit yesterday in that repeat. I think soared over yesterday. Just go right back to it. Royals and Blue Jays, just do the over 8. Cubs and Mets with an over-under of 7. Cubs plus 105. Mets coming to this one -125. Hassad is going to look at his baseball card, folks. He's going to give these Cubs a nice quality outing. You can count on that. It'll be a good quality outing. The Mets have cooled off. They're all the way down to hitting 227 with the weighted runs created at 96. So basically, at league average. Although the Cubs struggle versus left-handers, only hitting 191 with the weighted runs created of 52. So that's where it makes it a little bit tough, trying to get after this game in terms of trying to project it. Mets still certainly have the better bullpen, and obviously cost them in yesterday's game, but numbers-wise, they grade out better than the Cubs. I'm going to go back to yesterday's play of the over because of the Cubs struggling. They normally hit left-handers, and maybe this number is not real because it's only 53 plate appearances. So maybe that's why they're only hitting 191. It's a low sample size, and now that we're going to see a starter for 3 times through the rotation, we should be a little bit better. So I'll take the over 7 in Cubs-Mets. Giants and Red Sox, that's my dog of the day. Red Sox plus 114. Twins and White Sox over-under of 8.5. Twins minus 175. White Sox plus 145. Another repeat pitching matchup from 5 days ago. Should lend to the over. Yes, Twins have the advantages. Twins are actually good right now versus right hand. We're waiting to back the White Sox. It's not going to be too much longer. These numbers are creeping up. They're basically league average right now. I don't know who they play next, but actually, hopefully they get, and now I'm curious, hopefully they get not a great team. Somebody who, they'll still be dogs, because they're going to be dogs to every goddamn everybody they face, but hopefully it's somebody that is sneakily like sliding, but the public will still take them. They play the Cardinals. They've been struggling. That suits up pretty well for us. So keep an eye on that. Maybe back in the White Sox coming up in this series against the Cardinals, but today's not that day. Twins still have the advantages. Money line is certainly a safe, I think, parlay piece. I would even do the run line. I'm fine with doing Twins on the run line. Rays and Brewers over under of 7.5. Rays plus 150. Brewers minus 180. I like the Rays. I would just do the Rays through the F5 because it's obviously predictable that that's when the Brewers will face this left-hander that they just struggle. Like I said, hitting 149, and that's 86 plate appearances. So that number is a full-on real number. That weighted runs created of 63. Yeah, they should really struggle. I like the Rays through the first 5. They don't hit great. They're only hitting 233 right now versus right-handers with their weighted runs created below league average of 100. It sits at 98. So that's why I didn't make the card. They're not, they're better, but that's just more because the Brewers are struggling. I actually said on Twitter the best bet in this game is Brewers F5 team total under 2.5. I think the Brewers don't get 3 runs with the way they struggle versus left-handers. So that's probably my best bet in the game. Full game for rapid fire. Give me Rays on the money line at plus 150. Nationals and Rangers over under of 8. Nationals plus 124. Rangers minus 148. You get nice bullpen advantages in this game. And not only do you get nice bullpen advantages, you get the Rangers coming off an off day, so that bullpen is completely set. I'm talking about the number 1 opponent's batting average. I'm talking about the number 1 whip in baseball. I'm talking about the number 1 ERA, and I'm talking about the second best FIP. That's your Texas Rangers bullpen, which scares the shit out of me, is they're only hitting 197 versus right-handers with the weighted runs created of 83 and no power at 383. So when they're done facing Mackenzie Gore, the runs could dry up for the Rangers if the Nationals trot right-handers out of that bullpen. So that's what scares the shit out of me. But they crush left-handers. If you want to take a stab at them through the first 5 innings, I hear you. Other than striking out really high, which you could take a stab at Mackenzie Gore over strikeouts because they strike out at 33.8. Nice batting average at 277. Nice slugging at 523. Great OPS at 832, and a really good weighted runs created of 136. Rangers, when it's all said and done through 5 innings, should be winning this game. For rapid fire, take the full game money line at minus 148. Cardinals and Astros over under a 9. Guardians plus 145. Astros minus 175. This is just like classic. If we've got Squirrel sitting here next to us, he's going to talk about value for the Guardians all day long, and he is certainly not wrong about that one because the stats are nip and tuck in terms of hitting. There's really no separation. Weighted runs created, there's a 7 difference. A batting average, there's only 0.16 difference. From a slugging standpoint, there's only 0.43 difference. There is really no difference from a hitting. And when it comes to bullpen, okay, I'll take that Guardians bullpen all day long over this Astros bullpen. It's just going to be marginally better, though, in its own right. Not slam dunk better, right? A 1.3 whip for the Astros, 1.1 for the Guardians. Opponent's batting average is the only thing that the Astros do better at 224 versus 241, but I get the better ERA at 3.1 versus 3.5. See, I'm talking about like better bullpen, but not like way better. better offense than the Astros, but not like way better. But I'm getting the better bullpen. I'm getting a slightly worse offense. Starter, hell, Hunter Brown's ERA is damn near 10. So I may even have the better starter, and I hate Carlos Carrasco. I'm taking the Guardians at plus 145. Just can't be that big. It's just no way it could be plus 145. So take a chance on the Guardians today. If you're going to take a chance on them, there's another team you should take a chance on a little bit later on, and we'll get to them because I don't think you go 0-2 with a couple of these dogs. I don't think, Red Sox, I don't think Guardians, I don't think this third team I'll get to is all going to lose. So if you play one, I would definitely play them all. Phillies and Angels with an over-under of 9. Phillies minus 142, Angels plus 120. I'm just going to go and take the over in this game. Phillies still hit left-handers really good. They've calmed down, though. There's a reason why we're not fading Tyler Anderson today. We've been fading the last 6 starters, and we're 6-0 on that angle lately. Although we did skip Dylan Cease, but still 6-0 in terms of when we pulled the trigger. But the Phillies have come down. They're only hitting 261 now. The weighted runs created is down to 110. Remember, it was like 50 something when we were playing that last week up against Abbott and Lodolo. Goddamn left-handed Lodolo. But they're striking out a lot more. Remember, they were under 20. They were definitely under 20 because we took an under, and that's my sweet spot. They're at 25.5. So that's why we're not fading Tyler Anderson today. But their numbers still look good to hit an over. The Angels have decent enough numbers versus right-handers. But the bullpens, I mean, we've just talked about this. Phillies bullpen's awful. Angels bullpen is bottom 5 in the MLB. Runs will come late. You saw it last night. Runs came late. In fact, the Angels even came from behind and was able to pull out the win. You don't want any part of that Phillies bullpen. There's no way I would pay minus 142 for that Phillies bullpen. No way in hell. So just give me the over 9. I think that's a much easier play in that game is taking the over. Dodgers and Diamondbacks over under of 9.5. Minus 118 for the Dodgers. Minus 102 for the Diamondbacks. Everything's right in terms of the shading. Now the over under is tough because, Diamondbacks can't hit right-handers. Again, league worst. League worst. What did I say? League worst in everything but K per 9? It's all disgusting from a right-handed standpoint. So, Dodgers minus 118 is an easy play. I've, of course, got an official bet in this game. Dodgers, they even got, they're just behind they're just behind the Rangers in the bullpen. This bullpen's just fantastic. Meanwhile, where's that Diamondbacks bullpen? Yep, there it is, bottom 10. It's awful. Dodgers, easy play, minus 118 on the money line. Pirates and Athletics over under of 7.5. Pirates minus 135. Athletics plus 114. You already know why we're avoiding the full game money line because of that. Athletics bullpen's really good, and they didn't use their 2 high leverage guys in yesterday's game. So obviously in a bullpen game, you want Pirates or you want Athletics money line. All your advantages lie in the first 5 innings. Big hitting advantages. Big starting pitching advantage. That's why that's our official bet in this game is just through the F5. From a rapid fire standpoint, I guess I would go Pirates full game money line. Sure. They obviously probably didn't throw their good arms yesterday, losing 5-1. So their bullpen's not terrible. A 2.2 ERA. That is, that's 5th best in the major leagues. It just ain't as good as the Athletics. Their whip is 21st, and they got their opponent's batting average is actually pretty good as well. It is 8th best. Oakland's better though, 7th best. And that Pirates closer, Bednar, he's actually shit. That guy's awful. He's gonna be demoted here at some point. Now I'll go Pirates minus 135, but no, you'd be a dumbass to go up against that Athletics bullpen. So just don't do it. Reds and Padres over under of 7.5. Reds plus 136. Padres minus 162. Of course, got an official bet in this game with 2 right-handers on the mound. I'll take Padres on the full game money line. Wow, that was minus 140 this morning. Now it's minus 162. Looking at this, where the bullpen? The hell are they? Oh, there they are. Are the Reds? Oh, yeah, the Reds are better. That's the reason why yesterday we avoided the bullpen, and that's the reason why we're avoiding the bullpen today. Reds have a better bullpen, by far. Better ERA, better whip, better opponent's batting average. They give up a little bit more home runs, but they strike out more. Their bullpen has a better K per nine. Yeah, it's the classic handicapping baseball, right? You just, like, what can I isolate my weakness? And it's just easy in baseball to isolate where your weakness lies because of the either full game bet you make or the F5 bet you make. Obviously, I want to avoid when the Padres don't have advantages, so I went with the F5 route. So no brainer there. Rapid fire, I'll take full game though, Padres. They're going to hit Martinez, I'm telling you. And you, Darvish, expect him. It's just a neck injury. He should be fine. Braves, Mariners. There's that other game when I said there's going to be another dog that's going to walk away with the win. You saw the Mariners pick up the win yesterday. Go right back to the well. We're just like what we talked about yesterday. Better offense, better bullpen. I thought there was a better starter in Castillo versus Lopez, and then I looked that up earlier, and holy hell, Ronaldo Lopez has got some... God, he's got some fantastic numbers. Like ERA under 1, whip well under 1. Like, that dude is balling. But Mariners grade out better from an offense standpoint and a bullpen standpoint. I guess you could take the under again. I mean, both offenses are struggling. Even though the Mariners are better, they're still struggling in their own right. And if Ronaldo pitches like the back of his baseball card, you ain't going to hit his ass. So I guess the under is the play. That Mariners bullpen's looking good, guys. We've kind of talked about that one. So I even think DraftKings even sent out a tweet that said, like, something in the last, like, 15 days, their ERA is, like, just, like, magnificent or something. Certainly the best in the league. That bullpen, we've talked about it. The bullpen's great. So, all right, that'll be rapid fire. I'll take the Mariners on the money line, plus 105. Any questions, boys? Anything we're locking in with? I've got 3 bets. I'm not going to add anything. Just go back to quick hits. Am I gun shy or do I have the right instincts in the belly? I guess we'll find out tomorrow when we wake up, or tonight before we go to bed. However late you stay up. I think I'm making the right call. I like the bets we have. I like the advantages in this Padres game from a hitting and starting. I love the advantages we're getting in Dodgers from a hitting and starting pitching advantage. And the same story with the Pirates. I love the hitting and pitching advantages. So those 3 bets check all the boxes. I feel really comfortable with all 3 of those. So I'm just going to ride those 3 out. And, of course, I do have that one play in Champions League today, Real Madrid double chance. Parlay with over 1.5 goals, minus 114. Who do we like for the DK promo? I'm telling you, Brian, great question. Who did I use on Twitter? I made my selection on Twitter. Yeah, I can give you some more. I have more soccer bets than this. They're more auto. So hold on a second. Don't just look at these 2. I got more than that. Trying to think, Brian, who I used that 2 promo thingy for. Give me a second there, Morata. I got you. Who do I like it for? I'll go through the list. I do like it for Rockies. I like it for Rockies. I used it for Rockies. That's what I used it for. I used it on the Rockies. I used it on the Rockies. I like it on the Rockies. I like it on the Rays. I mean, you can't ignore the Brewers' struggles versus left-handers. So I did like it for the Rays, Rockies, Guardians. I liked it. Dodgers. I like it. And Pirates, I like it. I used it on the Rockies, to answer your question. Do you have any Champions League bets? I got one more to hold on, my man. Hold on. I got another one here. BetMGM gave us a free $10 same-game parlay bet. So, of course, we use that today. Not going to use it tomorrow on a game in which I'm on the under. So, got to clearly use it on the game in which I'm on the over. Give me the over 2.5. Give me Harry and Vinicius Fine in the back of the net. And under 4.5 corners for Real Madrid. Under 4.5 corners for Real Madrid. No worries, Brian. Appreciate you hanging, my man. So there we go there, Morata. Now those are all the Champions League bets. That's what we got. Good luck, man. Good luck with your Champions League as well. So 4 bets then on today's card, because obviously Dortmund PSG is going to be tomorrow. Anything else, fellas? Anything else soccer related? Anything else baseball related? Doing good. What was our MLB recap? Over 6 units. I think that's going to be for the first time this season. Plus 6.49 units. Never get tired of hearing that. Yeah, let's keep it rolling, boys. Let's keep it rolling. I did actually have a free bet. I actually used that $6.84 free bet. Let me throw that up. Shit. All right, I'll take down, or I'll just move the soccer one over. Move it over there. Let me throw up the baseball free bet I had. I used that $6.84. All right, let's throw those suckers up. Can't ignore the hitting for the Yankees and Orioles. I mean, it didn't play out yesterday, but can't ignore, especially with the Orioles going up against a left-hander. So I did a little modified line of over 3.5 in the first 5. Same thing with Rockies, Marlins. I just brought it down a touch. It was at 7.5 when I made it. And now, again, it's at 8, but I just brought it down a full run to 6.5. I do like the Red Sox on the money line today. I like the Padres on the money line. I like Dodgers on the money line. So that's how I'll go ahead and roll with that free bet we picked up yesterday to add, looks like 0.91 units to the bank. Good luck, my man. Did you see the other day, Brewers game where Judge hit the ball thrown from? Did you see that call the other day in the Yankees Brewers game when Judge hit a ball thrown from second base? All right, let's all learn this together. I can share my screen. Let's all learn this together. Now you got me beyond curious. Judge Brewers. I'll do like Judge Brewers second base or some shit. Let's see if we can get it. You got me curious. Everybody can watch this. Judge Brewers second base. Let's see what you're talking about. Oh, it hits his hand. Oh, here we go. I think this is what you're talking about.
Well, like I always say, you watch baseball every day, you will see something new. Aaron Judge leads off the inning here. This pitch was called a ball. Uribe did not think so. The next pitch was up and into Judge. Uribe gets a ball put in his glove. You can just see him look back at the umpire with disgust like, oh, God. And now Aaron Judge is on first base. Verdugo hits a ground ball, which looks like a routine double play. Aaron Judge then puts his hand up and knocks the ball down with the oven mitt. It is not called interference. It's not a reviewable play. Argument was for nothing. What do you think here? Did Aaron Judge do this on purpose?
Is that what you're talking about? Because that's bullshit that didn't get called interference. How the hell is that not called interference? He sticks his hand up, and he knows he can do it because he's got the glove on there. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. That's that exact comment. I just saw it for the first time. That's absolute bullshit. They didn't call interference. Clearly sticks his hand up. And how's that not a reviewable play? Let the manager review whatever the hell he wants. What's it matter? You get 1 or 2 reviews a day. Use them however the hell you want. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You like Madrid under 4.5 corners. First of all, it's in a free bet. But I do hear you. I'd have to go re-rack my brain on what the hold on. Yeah, they got 4 against City in that 3-3 game. That obviously was not the one they played super defensive. Remember, that was in the return leg at the Etihad. They only got 1 at the Etihad, but that was, tactics. Like, you weren't getting any corners in that game. Who knows what tactics they're going to run? They only got 4 in the 3-3 game when it was at the Bernabeu, which that was one where they were not setting up defensively at all. If you look at what they did against RB Leipzig, they got 3 corners in that game. And then in the other leg, they got 3. Yeah, that was where my analysis was. It just played Leipzig twice, got under 4.5 corners in both, and City got under 4.5 corners in both, but we'll really just call it 1 because of how they set up tactically. So just their corner stats look low, so that's why I did under 4.5. I've been a lot of funny calls. I hear that. I don't know how they don't call that. He clearly sticks his hand up, and again, no kidding, he sticks the one up that's got the glove, the pad on it. That's just. Did I bet that? Did that cost me a loss? Because if so, god damn it. I don't know, man. That's there was you gotta even look. There's I can't remember what game it was. I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts yesterday. There was a funny announcer. The guy throws the first pitch of the game right down the fucking middle, like a 97-mile-an-hour heater. and the umpire calls it a ball, and the announcer goes, "Oh, that's a pitch straight down the middle for a ball." It's funnier than hell, just like how the announcer said it. The first pitch of the day, right down the middle, and calls it a ball. So, yeah, that was the under 4.5 corners, my man. Just playing recent trends and how they've been staying under. At least in Champions League. La Liga is a little different, so I didn't even look at what the hell they do in La Liga. It's not the same caliber opponents. They've kind of had La Liga wrapped up now for a couple of weeks, or definitely since the El Clasico. But it was kind of even wrapped up before the El Clasico, to be fair. So I didn't really look at any La Liga. Just stayed under against Leipzig, under against City, and going under today against Bayern. So let's get it, boys. Go ahead and enjoy your Tuesday. Come on back for tomorrow. We'll, of course, preview. Let's do a look ahead. I like the look ahead. Let's do the look ahead real quick to Wednesday's slate. Cardinals are finally getting Maeda tomorrow. It's supposed to get him Monday. I bumped that bum all the way back to Wednesday. All right. Let's see. Phillies are going up against another left-hander tomorrow. Damn, I was hoping they were facing a right-hander. I could get back on the under strikeouts because the right-handed numbers haven't dropped off a bit. They've actually even improved, obviously, after only having one strikeout yesterday against Canning. So, but they'll get to a right-hander hopefully on Thursday, so no big deal. They're going to probably like the Padres again tomorrow with Ashcraft versus Musgrove, two right-handers on the mound. So numbers-wise will be the same thing. So if Padres can come through today on the F5 money line, probably like that bet again tomorrow. Probably be juicier, though, with Musgrove on the mound. That'd probably be the only thing. Luis Hill up against Corbin Burns tomorrow. That smells like an under, at least through the F5. Luis Hill, he's got electric stuff. He's going to rack up the strikeouts. Probably not pitch deep into the game, although he did go 6 innings in his last start, I think. So maybe he's finally getting that control under him and pitching deep. But either way, that looks like an under. See what... I'd be interested if runs dry up late for the Rangers today because Nationals are throwing a right-hander tomorrow. If they can't hit the bullpen and maybe take a stab at the Nationals again because they're going against a left-hander and Andrew Haney, which are their better splits against left-handers. So I'll be curious. Let's make sure we will look at the box score today and see if runs dry up late for the Rangers because I would be interested in another Nationals F5 money line with the option to push at plus money. And then is Yamamoto? He's a right-hander, isn't he? Yeah, so we would probably think the Diamondbacks struggle again tomorrow. And they haven't seen Yamamoto yet, which he's racking up the strikeouts because of the familiarity is just not there with him coming over from Japan. So, yeah, I probably like the Dodgers again. Just a matter of what do they do with their bullpen. Do you go full game or do you go F5? Yeah. All right, that's the look ahead. Come on back for tomorrow. We'll, of course, break those down in a full preview. Good luck with your bets today, fellas. Hopefully you have a fantastic day. We'll hang out tomorrow. See you, boys.